If you need to know about anything over 30,000, that's what you need to know. Not 300,000, 30,000. Okay, this is the danger when you're dealing with a powerful tool like this, that you can say, well, yeah, okay, well that doesn't really exactly tell me what I want to hear. Let me play with this until I get a file that looks like what I want. Then I will conclude that that is correct. You have to start off with what do you want to know, and then go take it from there. Okay, if we're happy with that, I'll close that down, I'll close that down, and I'll close that down. Now let's go and do it the hard way. We imported our customer database, and that was importing the easy way. Okay, so now we're going to do the more common one. We're going to our file and into our import assistant, and we're going to import to Excel. Sorry, import to IDEA. But this time we're going to pick up a text file. Okay, and the text file that we're going to pick up, again, I have to tell it where to find it. And the file we're going to pick up is sales.txt. So again, I'll look into my tutorial, and there's my sales.txt. So I'll double click on that, and I'm picking it up from there, and I'll say next. And it says, okay, I've got the file. That's the data that's on the file. It looks like it's fixed length. It might be, it might not. Let me try saying it's not fixed length. Okay. Let me go for delimited. No, I don't see anything changed there. Let me look at Ipsidic fixed length. Ah, now what it's done is it says this is what an Ipsidic file would look like. Now, an Ipsidic file is a file that's come from a mainframe using character representation in Ipsidic. What we're normally dealing with is file representations which are ASCII, which are coming from PCs, etc., ASCII type files. If this was an Ipsidic file, when I click on Ipsidic, it wouldn't look like that. It would look like that. Okay, but this is ASCII and it is fixed length, so I'll go to next. It says, okay, it looks like it's a 42 character record. I'm not sure, let me try a 43. Ah, I'm getting diagonal numbers. Okay, let me make that 41. It's not a guarantee, but if you have vertical columns, it's probably got the right record length. Okay, so now all we have to do is tell it what all of the data is. And to do that, you need a file layout. Now you've got a file layout on the next slide that you're looking at. And I have one here which I can't read because I've got it so small. What it's done when I said next is it's tried to create a file layout, and it's put lines where it thinks the field breaks are between them. And I can see here that my number starts in column 1 and finishes in column 7. Well, that says start in 1 and finish in 1. So I need to remove that field line. So if I simply go in to the field line and double click, it's gone. So I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's correct according to my layout that I have on my PowerPoint slide that you've got in front of you. So I'm happy with that. The next field should be the transaction date, so that's 2006-07-21. Well, I shouldn't have that field break there, so I'll double click on that one and remove it as well. And it's gone. Okay, so it's now from that position there, and you can see it's column 8, to that position there, which is column 12. The next one is my payment type, which is Amex, Visa, etc., so that looks okay. And the next one I'm looking at is the salesman who did this. Okay. On that one, I'm trying to read my typing here, goes from 20 for 3. So I've got 20, 21, 22. I need another field separator in there. To do that, I simply click once. If you put it in the wrong place, I can click twice to remove it. But in this case, I'm happy, so I've clicked once. Okay, my 3-digit file. Next one I want is a customer number, which is 5 digits. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll need another separator in there. Then comes my 2-digit product code, which is that 05. And thereafter, I've got the amount. So I'm happy with that. That is roughly my field layout, according to the PowerPoint slide that you have in front of you. If you don't have that record layout, you can't do this. So if you're bringing in a file which is a straightforward text file, you need that record layout. Otherwise, you're finished. And the record layout that you bring in, or that you obtain, has to be the correct record layout. I have seen a situation where a person was given the record layout which showed that, for example, that position there, okay, that 2, that position was, well, in fact, let me take that out just now. That position there, let's say, that M, he was looking for the sex code, and he was told it was in position 23. So he checked for position 23 equal to M, 0 records, equal to F, 0 records. So he said, well, what do we have? And he found G. Well, I said, what's G? We've only got one person and they've got a G. And when he looked at it, he found that according to his record layout, up to position 23 was supposed to be the surname. But they'd taken on a new employee, a guy called Seamus O'Shaughnessy McGurk, and they couldn't fit O'Shaughnessy McGurk into the size of the file name, or the size of the surname, so they'd extended the size of the file name, but they hadn't extended it on the printout they gave him. So he was looking in position 23, and he should now have been looking in position 33. So you need to have that file layout correct. Assuming that it is, and in this case it is, we know that, so we can say next. And it says, there's your data. Now that one is number 1. Well, we don't want it called number 1. We know that that, in fact, is our invoice number, so we will call it INV number. It is numeric, and we're happy with that. There are no decimals, so we're happy with that, so we'll go to the next one. You do not click next. If I click next at this point, it's going to take me to there. So I want to go back to here. Okay, I'll click on the next field. And my next field is my transaction date. Transaction date. And it says it's character. Now in this case we know it's not character, it's a date. So I want to click at the side, and these are all the possible types of character that you can have. In this case we know it's a date because it says so on my record layout. And it wants to know what kind of a date. And we know it's year, whoops, not 7-7, year, month, day. And the reason that we know that is because it says so on our record layout. Without that, we just don't know. Our Amex, we know, is our payment type. We know it is character because it's got alphabetics in the middle of it. The next one that we have, we know is our salesman. And again, we know that that is numeric, so we're happy with that. It's got no decimal places. The next one is our customer number. And again, it's numeric, and again, there are no decimal places. The next one is our product code. But this one, although it looks numeric there, we know it's not because it says so in a file layout. We know that in fact it's character. And the final one is our amount. And you'll see it's numeric, but this time we know that it's got 2 decimal places. If I leave that as 0, you'll see that it says the amount is 431. If I put that to 2 decimal places, you can see it will say the amount is 431.28. When I'm happy, I can see next. And here I can add any other fields that I want to, so I can build fields that say this times that equals the next. But I'm happy now, so I can say OK. Do I want to edit anything, say only credit limits over a certain amount or whatever? No, I'm happy with that, so I'll say OK. How would you like to use it? It's going to be called sales, and it'll be sitting in a database called sales, and I'm happy with that, so we'll say finish. Now I've already got it, but you want to have it, that's fine. And there's all my information that I put in with the invoice number, transaction date, payment type, salesman, customer number, product code, amount, etc.